Right? Yeah, Shantae. Okay, so our final speaker has been doing the work longer than anybody in this vicinity. She is 95 years old and is still out here marching with us. Everybody make some noise for Reverend Marge!
It's always about love. Love of your community, love of your people, love of yourselves. In the last election, the people were offered a choice between civil rights, human rights, and cheaper eggs. And they chose the eggs. And lo, the Lord sent a plague on the chickens. They don't understand that we're in this for the long haul. I've been protesting since the 1940s. I started out riding a sound truck in Harlem in New York City, trying to get a communist elected to the city council in New York. That's when the communists were our friends. I hate that they don't understand that we have decided to do this for the long haul. This is not a short-term effect that we're looking for. We want permanent change, and we're willing to keep working until we get it. In the 1950s, John McCarthy was after the people of our community who worked for the State Department and the military. And Bill Clinton got them to pass Don't Ask, Don't Tell. Now that had a bad kind of stench after a while. But when it was passed, what it meant was they couldn't ask and you didn't have to tell. You were free to be who you were and still work for the government. In the 60s, I was a pastor of a little church in Providence, Rhode Island. And they wanted to pass a law that they could come into your bedroom and to see what you were doing in private. And we fought that to the Supreme Court, and they found out they could not do that. Then in the 70s, they tried to pass a law that meant a lot to me. I have 3 children, and they tried to pass a law that said they could come and take your children away just because you were GLBT. And we said, no, you can't. And we protested. In the 70s, you had to wear 4 articles of clothing from the gender that you had at birth. And we used to go out on the street counting what we were wearing. Let me see, I've got a bra on, I've got women's socks on, I've got panties on. What the hell have I got on for the 4th one? If you didn't have 4 articles of clothing on, you could be arrested for cross-dressing. And so we fought back. Together, our little church in Providence decided that there was a bill in the state legislature that would have shut down every gay organization in Rhode Island. And I took to the courthouse steps, the federal courthouse steps, to do a fast. And a lot of you have seen that picture of me on the courthouse steps fasting. I fasted for 8 days. 8 days. Every morning they'd bring me a cup of herb tea, and that was my food and drink for the day. And I fasted and I fasted, and finally they realized that I wasn't going anyplace. I was going to stay right there until that bill died. They've tried to prevent us from being parents. They've tried to prevent us from being teachers. They have tried to prevent us from being who we are. I have been doing this, and I'm tired of doing this, and I shouldn't have to be doing this. Peaceful protest is a valuable tool in our toolbox. Peaceful protest is not passivity. It's a way of protesting injustice without injuring your opponent. Martin Luther King used it. Gandhi used it. I use it. It's an act of destroying evil without either fight or flight. But the peaceful protest is an act of reconciliation and justice. It's about ending both oppression and the oppressor from hurting each other. Love is a terrible thing to hate. Hate is a terrible thing to have to live with. Self-identity is a terrible thing for them to oppose. We must always remember today, and especially, that a tactic of oppression is to exhaust us. The idea is for them to wear us down into surrender and complacency, and then threaten our peace until we surrender, and maybe arrest us if we resist. Resist anyway. Find a new way to disobey. Make fun of them. Make fun of them when they don't mean to be funny. Make fun of them, and then when they have made their rant and they have yelled and screamed, look at them and say, I didn't understand you. Can you put that another way? Weaponize incompetence. Exhaust them back. Resist. In a time of hate, love is a kind of resistance. In a time of fear, faith is a kind of resistance. In the midst of disinformation and misinformation, Education is a kind of resistance. In a time of terrible leadership, community is a kind of resistance. And in times like this, joy can be a kind of resistance. Be smart. Be resourceful. Be joyful. And resist. Say it with me. Resist.
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 God bless you.